Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about NST. So NST means non-stress test. So let's see the introduction. Many changes occurs in women's body during pregnancy. So these changes, although most apparent in the reproductive organs, involves other body organs as well. As we know, due to this pregnancy, the women may undergo many bodily changes. So she has to undergo all these processes throughout her delivery. So antenatal assessment plays an important part in the assessment of fetus also. So antenatal assessment of fetal well-being in early pregnancy is primarily designed to detect the fetal congenital anomalies. So the main goal of antenatal assessment is to assess the fetal anomalies to identify at the earlier and to treat it. So this is our main goal. So in the antenatal assessment, we can assess the fetal well-being through two methods. So one is biochemical assessment and the other one is biophysical assessment. So in the biochemical assessment, it consists of maternal serum alpha fetoprotein triple test, acetylcholine esterase, amniocentesis, chorionic villus sampling, cardosynthesis. So these are some of the biochemical assessment that is done to assess the fetal well-being. As the biochemical assessment is considered to be a painful procedure because in this assessment, we need some blood of the antenatal mother or we need some fetal tissues also. So through that, we can assess whether there is any anomalies for the fetus. So that is about the biochemical assessment. Next is the biophysical assessment. So biophysical assessment consists of non-stress test, contraction stress test, cardiotocography, fetal movement count, Doppler ultrasound. So these are the some of the biophysical assessment which is done to assess the fetal well-being. In that, now we are going to see non-stress test. So what do you mean by non-stress test? So the main principles in doing the biophysical profile is it is a screening test for uteroplacental insufficiency. So we can assess the uteroplacental insufficiency by doing this biophysical profile. The fetal biophysical activities are initiated, modulated, and regulated through the fetal nervous system. So what is the main principle behind this NST is the fetal biophysical activities are initiated, modulated, and regulated through the fetal nervous system. So what are the main objectives of doing a biophysical assessment is to reduce the maternal and fetal mortality rate. So here, by identifying it at the earlier, we can reduce the maternal and fetal mortality rate. Then to check the fetal growth and development, whether the baby is doing good or the baby has any congenital anomalies or any neural problems. So those things we can assess during by doing this biophysical assessment to enable timely medical or surgical treatment of a condition before or after birth. So if we are detecting it at the earlier itself, we can go on with the further treatment and we can treat if the baby has any problems. To give the parents the chance to abort a fetus with the diagnosed condition. Suppose if a baby is diagnosed with Down syndrome. So in that condition, the couple may not be willing to deliver the child. So in those cases, we can give a chance for them to abort the child. So it helps to give a chance for the parents at the earliest step. Then to give parents the chance to prepare psychologically, socially, financially, and medically for a baby with a health problem or disability or for the likelihood of a stillbirth. So if the baby has any congenital anomalies, we can inform the parents in the earlier itself so that they will be prepared mentally and also financially. So after the delivery of the baby, they may take the baby for further treatment. So for that, we can prepare the couple or the parents priorly. So these are some of the objectives involves in the biophysical assessment. So next we can see the non-stress test. So the non-stress test consists of detecting the fetal heart rate, fetal movement, and uterine activity externally. So here we will be assessing everything outside only. Okay. So by attaching a probe in the mother's abdomen, we will be assessing the fetal heart rate, fetal movement, and uterine activity externally. So that is the main thing in non-stress test. So non-stress test, it is a simple, painless procedure in which a baby's heartbeat is continuously monitored for 20 minutes or more, along with recording of fetal movement is done. Okay, so this is a simple procedure and it is also a painless procedure. It is not like a biochemical assessment where we will be pricking the mother or we will be taking a sample of the fetus. So that is considered to be a painful procedure. But in case of NST, it is a painless procedure where we will be just attaching a probe on the mother's abdomen. Okay, so in this, the baby's heartbeat is monitored. The heartbeat along with the fetal movement, everything will be monitored for 20 minutes. And if we want beyond that also, we can monitor it. So that is about the NST. So the logic behind the test is like adults. So it is like adults where a baby's heartbeat should accelerate. Accelerate in the sense it will increase when it is active, that is moving or kicking. So since adults, when we are doing any activity like walking, running, anything, what happens? Our heartbeat will increase. So that is the natural thing will happen. So same like that, when a baby is moving or kicking inside the mother's uterus, the heartbeat of the fetus will be increased. So that is the logic involved in NST. So what is the main principle is there is acceleration of fetal heart rate with each fetal movement. So this is the principle involved in NST. So what are the purposes of NST is to assess the fetal well-being. So we can check whether the fetus is doing well or the baby has any problem inside. Then to measure the heart rate in a response to its own movements. So when there is any movement, the fetal heart rate should rise. So that is considered to be a normal. If the heartbeat is not rising during any movement, or if there is no movement itself, we can predict something is happened to the fetus. So that is the main purpose. So the first thing is to assess the fetal well-being. The second one is to measure the heart rate in response to its own movements. Next is the performing time. When we can do this NST. So the non-stress test can be done whenever the need rises. So whenever the need rises in the sense, when we suspect anything, the mother may come with less fetal movement. So in those cases, we can do the NST immediately. So whenever the need arises, we can do this test. So there is no specific time for it. But usually it is done around 30 weeks. Okay. And it may also be done after 28 weeks of gestation. It may be done between 38 to 42 weeks of gestation. It may be done as early as beginning of third trimester also. So this is the time when we can do this NST. Then let's see what are the indications of doing this NST. So the indications are women with pre-existing medical conditions such as diabetes or hypertension. So before getting pregnant itself, the mother will be having some disease conditions. So in those conditions, we have to do this NST. Then with a woman with pregnancy-induced medical condition, this includes gestational diabetes mellitus, or it also includes pregnancy-induced hypertension and also postdated mothers. And if there is any placental and cord anomalies, we have to do this. We can do this NST. Then if the baby is less active than normal, when we think that the baby is not, there is no proper fetal movement. When we think of that, there is some chance for abnormality. So in those cases, we can do this NST. So baby is, next is when the baby is small for his age. So in case of IUGR, those cases we can do this NST. Then amniotic fluid is either too much or too little. So oligohydramnios, polyhydramnios, in those cases, we can go on with NST. Then the women who have previously lost their babies in the second half of their pregnancies. So we may not know what is the reason behind that. So in those cases, we can do this NST, whether the baby is active or not. In order to check that, we can do this NST. Then the women with pregnancies continuing after 40 weeks to basically check on the well-being of the baby, that is post-dated babies. In those cases also, we can do this NST. So these are some of the indications, I repeat. So the women with pre-existing medical conditions or the women with pregnancy-induced medical condition, we can do this. Then the baby is considered to be less active or small for his gestational age. Then in case of oligohydramnios or polyhydramnios, and the women who have lost their babies in the second half of the pregnancy and the postnatal mothers. So these are some of the indications of NST. Let's see the procedure, how we have to do this NST. First is we have to explain the procedure to the patient. So after explaining the procedure, we have to make sure whether the mother has taken her food, okay, and emptied her bladder. So the mother should have taken her food, and before this procedure, the mother should empty her bladder also. Then position the women in semi-Fowler's or lateral position, whichever position she want, most preferably semi-Fowler's and lateral position is indicated for doing this procedure. This test involves attaching one belt to the mother's abdomen to measure fetal heart rate and another belt to measure the contraction. So you can see in the picture. So we are attaching two belts here. Okay, so one belt is to check the fetal heart rate and the other belt is to monitor the contractions. Okay, so for assessing this, we will be attaching two belts in the mother's abdomen. And the other thing is there will be hand button. So we have to ask the mother to hold this button and we have to inform her whenever there is a fetal movement, she should press the button. Okay. So we have to instruct the mother regarding that. So here we are tying two bands around the mother's abdomen and also we are giving a hand button to the mother to press it when there is a fetal movement. Then the movement, heart rate and reactivity of heartbeat to the movement is measured for 20 to 40 minutes. So we are observing here for 20 to 40 minutes. So during the observation, there will be a graphical presentation of the finding we can see in the NST. Okay. So since like ECG monitoring where we will be getting a strip of paper, here in NST also we will be getting a strip of paper where the fetal movement, fetal heart rate, everything we can see in the paper. So after the completion of the procedure, we should take the strip of paper. So what is the interpretation? What is the findings we can see in the non-stress test result? So the result should be normally reactive. So if the test result is reactive, the fetus is considered to be normal. If it is non-reactive, we can suspect there is some problem for the fetus. In case of uncertain, so uncertain in the sense we cannot predict what is the result. We cannot see anything clearly. So in those conditions, we have to repeat the test. So if the test is reactive, what will be the findings? There will be at least 2 fetal movement in 20 minutes. So we will be monitoring the NST for about 20 to 40 minutes. So in that 20 to 40 minutes, there will be there should be 2 fetal movement with acceleration of fetal heart rate. So during the fetal movement, the fetal heart rate should accelerate or increase, reacting a peak of at least 15 beats per minute. So from the usual fetal heart rate during the movement, at least 15 beats per minute should increase in the fetal heart rate. So that is considered to be a reactive one. In case of non-reactive, there will be no fetal movement or no acceleration of heart rate will be present. Okay. There will be no fetal movement or no acceleration of fetal heart rate. So no fetal movement in the sense the baby may be sleeping also sometimes. And if there is a movement also, there will be absence of absence in acceleration of fetal heart rate. So that is considered to be a non-reactive NST. So in case of uncertain, there will be fewer fetal movement or acceleration less than 15 beats per minute. Suppose during the 20 minutes interval, there will be only one fetal movement will be there. In that one fetal movement also, the heart rate of the fetus will not increase. It remains in the normal state itself. So that is considered to be an uncertain one. So this is the interpretation regarding NST. So the finding should be a reactive one. If it is reactive, then it is considered to be a normal. If it is non-reactive in the sense, we can suspect any problem with the fetus. And in case of uncertain, we have to repeat the NST. So what does the reactive NST result indicate? So if the result is reactive, it indicates that blood flow to the fetus is adequate. Okay. So if the result is reactive, it indicates the blood flow or the oxygenation to the fetus is considered to be adequate and it is a healthy baby. In case of a non-reactive NST, the result requires additional testing. Only with this NST, we cannot come to any conclusion. So it requires additional testing also to determine whether the result is truly due to poor oxygenation or whether there is any other reason behind this. So in order to find that, we have to go on with the additional testing. It may be associated with poor fetal and neonatal outcome also. There is a high incidence of false positive results in case of non-reactive NST. In some cases, if the fetus is sleeping or the mother is receiving any sedatives or narcotic drugs, in those cases also, the result will be non-reactive. If suppose the baby has any congenital anomalies or any premature fetus also, in those cases also, the result will be non-reactive. So these are some of the cases where the result will be a non-reactive one. So this is about the interpretation. So let's see some of the pictures of reactive NST and non-reactive NST. So this is a picture of a reactive NST where when there is a fetal movement, the fetal heart rate is increasing. Okay, for around 15, at least around 15 beats per minute, the fetal heart rate should increase. So here there is a fetal movement and the fetal heart rate has increased. Again, here there is a fetal movement. Again, the fetal heart rate has been increased. So this is considered to be a normal NST, that is a reactive NST. So this is a non-reactive NST. Okay. So this pitch portion is a fetal movement. So during this fetal movement, there is no proper acceleration of fetal heart rate. Okay. So there is a acceleration and there is a sudden deceleration also. Okay. So this should not be there. So this indicates non-reactive NST. So the fetal heart rate, so the first line is the fetal heart rate. The second one is the fetal movement. The fetal heart rate is not in a regular pattern. So it is increasing, decreasing. So this indicates non-reactive NST. So next we can see what are the advantages of doing this NST. So in the advantages, it is a non-invasive test. So there is no pain for the mother So it is considered to be a non-invasive test. The test is simple, inexpensive, and takes less time. So this is just a simple procedure. By tying a band around the mother's abdomen, we can observe the result. It is also not expensive like the biochemical test, and takes less time. So within 20 minutes, we can get the result. So this is a simple procedure. There is no contraindications or any complications for this test. Then no special expertise is required. Just a staff nurse also can do this procedure. Then provide immediate answers. So within 20 minutes, we can know the result. Not like other tests, we have to wait for 2 days, 3 days to get the result. It can be repeated as many times as required without any risk. So if there is any doubt, we can repeat it in the next day, or after 2 days, we can repeat it at any time. So these are some of the advantages of NST. What are the disadvantages in the sense? False positive results during fetal sleep. So if the fetus is sleeping, there won't be proper acceleration of fetal heart rate. So if there is no acceleration, we may think something there is some problem for the fetus, and we may give some false report to the mother also. Okay, so that will happen in case of NST. So that is only the disadvantage, false positive results during the fetal sleep. So till now we have seen the procedure, what are the indication, what is the procedure, what is the advantages. So the final thing is the nurse's responsibility. So as a nurse, what is our responsibility in doing this non-stress test? So here, explain the procedure to the patient. So before doing the test, we have to explain the procedure. So what is the use of doing this procedure? What are the advantages? Those things we have to explain to the mother. Informed consent should be obtained before doing this procedure. Then we have to provide privacy for the mother, where we will be exposing the mother's abdomen. So we have to provide privacy for the mother. Then provide lateral position or semi-Fowler's or sitting position to the mother. So we have to ask the mother which position will be comfortable for her. So we have to consider that, and we have to position the mother. It is important that the fetus not to be in sleep state during the entire procedure. So this is an important thing. During the test, the fetus should be awake. So for that only, we will be asking the mother to take enough food. So these are some of the nurse's responsibility before in doing this non-stress test. So I think everyone has understand. I hope so. Okay. Thank you everyone.